Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
In France, election season's kicking into gear. Former President Nicolas Sarkozy has thrown his hat into the ring, along with 10 other candidates for the centre-right Republican Party. The incumbent, François Hollande, hasn't said whether he'll run again. Some of his centre-left Socialist Party would like to replace him, given that his popularity ratings are languishing around the 10% mark. There's really only one thing you can say for certain about this election, and that is that Marine Le Pen and her Front National will do well. So what does the rise of the far right mean for French politics? Gabriel Gatehouse has sent this report tonight from Paris.
The wheel of political fortunes is turning. A centre-left president with the lowest approval ratings in French history is fighting for survival. His predecessor from the centre-right, who once claimed that dubious honour for himself, is trying to stage a comeback. But the real winner might be someone quite unexpected. Someone who doesn't really feel much like a winner anymore at all.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Jean-Marie Le Pen's days of standing for president are long gone. The 88-year-old veteran of France's colonial wars is, in many ways, a has-been, sidelined and then expelled by his own daughter from the party he founded 45 years ago. But the Front National is riding high in the polls, and Monsieur Le Pen's right-wing anti-immigration rhetoric is striking a chord.
C'est ce qu'on a appelé la lepénisation des esprits. Je ne sais plus qui avait dit cela. Oui, notre action politique a eu des effets, en ce sens que l'opinion s'est aperçue que les analyses et les critiques que nous faisions, qui étaient réputées excessives ou extrêmes par nos adversaires, correspondaient à la réalité qu'ils avaient sous les yeux. Autrement dit, Le Pen avait eu raison, il avait vu clair.
Jean-Marie's daughter, Marine Le Pen, will almost certainly reach the second round runoffs in the presidential election. She's modernised the party, tried to detoxify the brand. But at heart, says Le Pen Père, the Front National message remains true to its founding principles.
Si j'arrivais au pouvoir, j'avertirais le monde en disant, écoutez, je connais vos difficultés, vos problèmes, je sais la misère qui est la vôtre, mais moi, mon job à moi, c'est de défendre les Français, d'abord, chez eux, dans leur territoire. Alors je vous avertis, ne venez pas chez nous, parce que si vous venez chez nous, vous n'aurez aucun droit. Vous n'aurez pas droit au logement, vous n'aurez pas droit au travail, puisqu'il n'y en a pas, vous n'aurez pas droit non plus à l'école pour vos enfants, vous n'aurez pas droit à l'aide sociale.
Such sentiments may be bluntly expressed, but they are no longer the preserve of a far-right fringe. In the aftermath of the attacks in Paris and Nice, the most devastating attacks on French soil, this election will be fought largely on the issues of who should be allowed in this country and what it means to be French. In the sleepy little town of Vendôme, the man who was nicknamed the Hyper-President, the diminutive but energetic Nicolas Sarkozy, is pitching for his second run at the presidency. Nicolas Sarkozy is running under the slogan Tout pour la France, everything for France. It's a rallying cry calculated to appeal to nationalist sentiment. It's also a play on a previous slogan from a previous centre-right president. Jacques Chirac in the mid-90s ran under a slogan, La France pour tous, France for everybody. And this inversion tells you everything you need to know about how far mainstream political discourse has moved to the right.
Si Schengen ne change pas, la France quittera Schengen.
Sarko's talk is all about borders, about identity. Never mind the burkini. He said he wants to widen the ban on wearing the veil in public. And He wants to rewrite the law that says if you're born in France, you can become a citizen. To some, such rhetoric sounds straight out of the Front National playbook. But Sarkozy's supporters say he's simply reclaiming the centre-right.
Lorsque nous, à droite, nous ne portons pas, nous ne mettons pas en évidence les valeurs que les Français ressentent et ont besoin, eh bien, ils se tournent vers ceux qui les portent. C'est ce qui a fait que Jean-Marie Le Pen a eu, et donc sa fille, a eu ce tel succès.
Meanwhile, the Muslim community, nearly 5 million strong, might be excused for feeling a little under siege. As the political temperature rises, parties of all persuasions seem to be focusing much of the national angst onto the question of what they should or should not wear. And that, some fear, has disturbing implications for the cherished values of the Republic.
When you see policemen on the beach ordering women to undress, we are not anymore in a state of law. It's really worrying and it's dangerous for our freedoms, in fact.
None of this is worrying Monsieur Le Pen in the slightly surreal grandeur of his suburban semi-retirement. It's not hard to see why he supports Donald Trump. He's also an admirer of Vladimir Putin, a man of authority and sang-froid, he tells me. But what does he say to those who accuse him of poisoning the well of France's political discourse? Do you have any regrets?
Non, rien de rien, non, je ne regrette rien. Non, non, si, j'ai certainement commis des erreurs, j'ai eu des faiblesses, je suis un homme, je suis pas parfait, mais j'ai l'impression d'avoir mené un combat loyal, droit.
If history is anything to go by, Marine Le Pen will make it through the first round and then lose to an anyone but Le Pen candidate in the runoff. But these are not normal times, and whether she wins or loses, some of the values she inherited from her father are making an ever deeper mark on French politics.